Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to another video, and I know that we typically do the Minecraft series on Saturdays, but I wanted to increase the amount of time that we're spending on that a little bit. So today I'm going to do something a little bit different in terms of what we've done previously, and I'm actually going to voice this live for once instead of doing some voice recording after the fact. So today we are going to be working a little bit on a creeper farm, and that farm is not going to be something that we finish in this video, but we've certainly got to make some headway on it. And the main reason that we need a creeper farm is, well, we need industrial amounts of gunpowder for a lot of other things that we're doing. So I've kind of sort of started a design, and I'm going to take some creative liberties in changing a little bit of how this is meant to work. So this is the start point that we have here, because ultimately I'm looking for the creeper farm to do a couple of different things. So this is going to be an area that we eventually fill up, and I'm going to build some more of our sugarcane farms on top of this to allow it to kind of build up the paper that we need for rockets and other things that we would use our gunpowder for. But there's actually going to be a control room down here and a nice little quick access there. I do like this a lot more than I like the magma elevators, as it's just a lot quicker. But if we come down here, you will see that this is going to be our control room area, or storage, I guess I should say, as this isn't really a port of the actual farm. And I did opt for some lava for the killing chambers. Again, I feel like that's a little bit more efficient than the magma blocks. Not to say that the magma blocks aren't efficient, but they certainly have some perks that you don't get from other types of materials. Now right here, we've got a little switch, and this is what's going to power the actual collection mechanic of the farm. And so you can see what that entails. The access point is around here. So we actually have a set of some redstone wiring leading down there, a repeater here to amplify our signal. And then I did take a leaf out of Etho's book where he's got a design for a little bit of a redstone clock here using hoppers. And the way that this is meant to work is this stone gets passed back and forth between the two hoppers, and when one fills up, it causes this redstone block to shift over, and that will give us a redstone pulse. So let's run back downstairs real quick and kind of turn that on so you can see it in action. So that is going to power our system here, and you'll see that the redstone is on as it leads over to our little hopper contraption there. And you'll also notice, because that little torch in the background is off there. Now, as you just saw, every time these pistons push back and forth, it causes this redstone block to interface with this wiring on the ground a little differently, which then will cause this redstone torch to pulse briefly, and as it does, it will cause this redstone lamp to flash. And this is going to be the mechanism that controls and automates the actual collection system, which we probably won't get to building in today's video, but it will be a really cool little feature for it, to say the least. So let's run back downstairs and get this thing switched off, as we don't need it running currently. And then let's go ahead and box up the little entrance here. And I'd like to do that with stone, but using the cobblestone is fine enough for now. It also lets us kind of know where the actual access point is. And then, of course, getting out of here, we've got our little soul sand elevator, which will shoot us right back up to the top. And it's probably night, so I don't want to hang out here, because for whatever reason, the server has a lot of mobs that spawn at night. And I'm not sure why, but it's certainly very annoying. And you can see we've already got a bunch of creepers hanging out. So let's go ahead and float our way over this gate. I've gotten very good at that elytra sprinting, and actually controlling it a little better than just hopping around, which has been really kind of nice. So let's get some rest in, and then we're actually going to set up our beacon, because as much as I love this little hole in the ground that we have made for our creeper farm, it's not sufficient, I guess you could say, for what we need it for. Now I'm going to bring my sword out because I don't want these creepers to sneak up on me. I've been working down in that pit a couple of different times and had the creepers walk up behind me or come down the little stairway that I have organized for it. And since our killing blow sword here has a pretty good amount of knockback to it, we don't have to worry too much about the creepers blowing up on our face. I think it's got knockback 2. Which, honestly, knockback 1 is good enough for a creeper fending sword. Let's go ahead and get this beacon up. I like coloring my beacon. Red is what I've had on hand most recently. So that's what we've been doing. So let's go ahead and get ourselves some haste 2 powered in here. So now we've just got to troubleshoot a couple of other things here. Mainly, how we're going to bypass this redstone area. And I've got some thoughts as to how we can do that. And mainly what it comes down to is we're going to have to stagger some things over this. So this side of the collection chamber is probably going to get a little bit wonky, but it should allow us to do what we need to. So for example, if I move this pick out of the way and bring over some stone, we'll want to place some blocks here around it, but that also means we're going to have to offset some things a little bit further. And we'll need to do something similar here. So let's punch out that placeholder again. And that has everything redstone-wise sufficiently covered. And yeah, there's still some holes in the side of this, but I can take that out further along the side in order to get it enclosed properly. So I'm not too concerned about that. We'll just want to bring that one down like so. So let's go ahead and place a torch there. And that should be pretty good. Except for that was one of the ones that needs to stay there. So let's take this out a bit. So we can place some more of these blocks. So you'll need to go there. And you'll need to go there. And you'll need to go here. And just like that, we have this whole side of the redstone covered up in a way that we can still have the water flow off efficiently. And that should be about all we need to do with it, really. Anyway, that's just some of my thought process here as we get this build underway. I'm going to go ahead and raise this platform up a little bit more in order to kind of compensate for the adjustments that we're making. And that ought to do it. And we'll, of course, need to reposition that beacon eventually. But I want to get the working framework at least put together before we get to that readjustment point so I can have it widened out to the specifications that I absolutely need for it. And that'll make building the actual tower portion of this farm all the more easier. But let me know what you think in the comments down below, and if you have any suggestions for other things I can do to put together this farm, again, let me know, as I'm eager to hear your suggestions and input as well. If you haven't, take a moment to subscribe to the channel, as that subscription's free and easy, and I am doing everything I can to bring you a video once every day. And I hope that this type of content is stuff that you are really, really enjoying, as this is one of the games that I have a lot of fun with. So I'll let you get back to the rest of your day, but thanks for taking a moment to pop in, and I hope that you have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day. Take care.